Hello, guys. Welcome to Wrestling Superfans. My name is P-Man. I am here with Flo, SBX, and Z. We are going to be reviewing the Payback 2013 pay-per-view that we just barely got done seeing it like 15 minutes ago. So what I'm basically going to do is going to choose each one of you. You guys are going to give your thoughts on about what I say about the match and what you thought about it and how much you would rate it. So let's start with Flo. The first match was it was Sheamus versus Damian Sandow, right?
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, to be honest with you, I didn't really see that match, but when they showed the clips right back when it earlier tonight, it was pretty decent and it was pretty alright and stuff. But yeah, it was just like a pre-show.
Nobody cares about it.
Yeah, it was like a pre-show mid-card match. I didn't really care much for it, but it was alright though. But as well as the triple threat match involving Wade Barrett, The Miz, and Curtis Axel, match.
We're gonna get that later.
Okay.
We're gonna get to that later. We're just going one by one. Right?
Okay.
So, how much would you rate that match?
I would like.
Even though you didn't see it.
Yeah, even though if I didn't see it, 10. I would have just like rated 1.1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody really cared about it. SPX, what do you think of Sheamus versus Sandow?
Well, I understand that on Lorenzo's point of view, I kind of miss it myself too. I mean, I'm not too crazy with Damian Sandow, and pretty much Sheamus and Damian Sandow pretty much did their thing. If I had to rate it between a scale between 1 through 10, I give it a 3. Maybe because I didn't see half of it, so pretty much I just saw like the first half of the Payback series because I forgot to watch it because I was too preoccupied doing what I had to do. But that's my rate on that match basically.
All right, Z, what'd you think of Sheamus versus Sandow?
I didn't see it either. I tried seeing it if it was on a live stream through some of the sites I was on, but it was even though I didn't see it, it was kind of predictable that Sheamus would win anyway because he beats just about everybody, and WWE doesn't really use Damian Sandow or Cody Rhodes the right way as of late.
Yeah, I agree with you. In my opinion, I didn't care about this match. I mean, I didn't watch it at all like you guys, but I didn't ask you, Z, how much would you rate it 1 to 10?
I can't rate it because I didn't see it.
All right. Well, I would rate it at least a 2. I mean, nobody really cares about this match. Everybody knows that Sheamus is going to win. He always basically wins all his matches.
Pretty much a boot kick and
the bro kick.
And you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I really liked Sheamus when he was a heel. What do you guys think?
Yeah, he was more aggressive as a heel.
He was actually more intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Plus, he wasn't shoved down our throats the way when he was a heel compared to when he was a face. Because when he turned face, non-stop winning streak. Heel, better performances, not so shoved down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. He's becoming to be a little bit of a joke to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Basically, every face in the WWE with the bad, like what WWE makes them do with the same moves and over becomes like a joke. Next up, Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat match: Curtis Axel versus Wade Barrett versus The Miz. Flo, what did you think about this match?
Well, I didn't really see that match as well either, but Curtis Axel is now the new IC champion. Well, if I would to see it, that was like it was somewhat getting somewhere, but it's pretty cool that Curtis Axel have won the title now, which is pretty good for him, because he really needed singles title for once in his career. He already had been a tag team champion teaming with David Otunga. But as what I'm going to get it a rating, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 10 since it was all right.
All right, SBX, what do you think?
Well, on that part, I actually saw that match. It was kind of ironic how The Miz did like the figure 4 leg lock in the end to make what's his name, Wade Barrett to submit. But however, when Curtis Axel, everybody knows as Mike McGillicuddy, had pin Wade Barrett and basically won the Intercontinental Championship, which I thought that was weird because who would pin somebody during a submission, and I could have thought this match could have been more of a elimination 3-way match, like whoever gets eliminated will turn out to be the next opponent they will face against. But however, they're going to play the same roles that they always played in every 3-way match, basically. So if I had to rate it between a scale between 1 and 10, I give it as a 4 myself too.
Yeah.
Just a 4.
Z, what'd you think?
This was also one of those predictable things when you look at Curtis's push. It was obvious he was going to win, and of all nights on Father's Day in honor of his father, Kurt Hennig, we saw The Miz dominating a lot throughout the match. We saw men constantly getting thrown out of the ring, and I think we've seen this finisher before where somebody was in the figure for a leg lock, and then the third man covers one of the two men to win the match, because I think we've seen it with Ric Flair, Carlito, and probably Shelton Benjamin before.
Yeah.
And I think the most I can give it is 5 out of 10. Could have been longer and should have been more equally all-around match rather than just The Miz dominating.
Yeah, I agree. This match, I saw it. I kind of knew Curtis Axel was going to win. These matches are so predictable. I'm glad they're giving him a push. I'm really glad they are. The thing that really irritates me, though, is I am tired of seeing The Miz as a face. The guy, nobody really cares about him as a face. Nobody even cheers for him because it's so annoying. What do you guys think?
I'm somewhat agree with you.
I believe that the Miz is more of a good as a heel than he is as a face. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. What about you, Z? What do you think about Miz being a face and all? What do you think about it?
At first, it was one of those things where you were looking forward to it because it was something new, because he had been a heel for years. But now that he's turned face, it was kind of pointless because he hasn't even changed his gimmick, because he's still more that arrogant character he was when he was a heel. So if they're at least going to change his gimmick, maybe he'd be a little bit more interesting as a face.
Yeah. I mean, even when they give him Ric Flair's move with the figure 4 leg lock, nobody really cares. I mean, the guy still says I'm awesome all the time. It's just it's not attractive. As far as the match goes, it could have been better. It could have been longer. But we all predicted. We know what's going to happen. I would give it a 4 out of 10. That's just my opinion. Next match. Yeah. The next match was, what was the next match?
It was Caitlyn.
The Divas title match.
AJ versus Caitlyn.
Yeah.
For the Divas Championship.
Again, they really interest me. I'd say I'd give it 4 out of 10. I'm glad that they finally gave AJ Lee that push when she deserved it. I'm glad that she's Divas champion. What about you, Chloe?
Yeah, I mean, she really needed it. And that would make her the second diva from NXT to become women's champion. See, that is now 2 divas that been Divas champion, and they came from NXT as rookies, Yeah. After NXT season 3 was over for them, that's when they have debuted on SmackDown as a team called the Chick Busters. And however, they started to crumble when AJ started pursuing men like Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Kane, and John Cena, and Caitlyn always had been there for her and giving her advice and to focus on her own career and stop running behind men and everything, But when they have gotten into the feud with each other, when AJ was setting up a secret admirer for Caitlyn, and however, that was going on for about a few weeks now, and then it turns out to be Big E Langston that was her secret admirer, which turned out to be setup basically to get in Caitlyn's head and to how I feel to be emotionally unstable, however, and basically blaming Caitlyn for not being there for her, but which is Caitlyn that already had been there for her and everything. But when AJ had won that Divas championship number one contenders match battle royal, and that was held off for about a couple of months, since now they officially had the match now, and AJ is now the new Divas champion, and I wonder how she gonna do with that title. I hope if she can make that title more interesting again, and make it be something. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this match, since it was like pretty decent and all right, I'm gonna give it like a 4.8 out of 10.
What do you think about this match, SPX?
Well, I think, Caitlyn put up a fight and AJ. Ever since that Secret Admirer situation been going on since, a few weeks now. And, I think AJ did a good job manipulating her to think she has a secret admirer and mess with her head. And during the match, though, Caitlyn she threw AJ Lee like a sack of potatoes into the table in front of the announcement speakers. The ones who, I think that's the ones who are Spanish. But it was, as I said, it was crazy how, they put up a fight. I would have thought Caitlyn could have won that championship until AJ had put her into a submission hold, and I thought she could break out, but that kind of disappointed me because Caitlyn is stronger than that, and how can she lose by AJ, and she's that small and look really thin, like a toothpick. And I'm thinking, how did you get your ass whooped by her? But in the end, I do believe that was cool what Pablo said, that AJ actually won the Divas champion, and they gave her a push on it. So kudos to her. Congratulations for her success. But if I had to rate it between a scale between 1 through 10, I give it a 4 as well. So, like maybe a 4.5, because it was a bit more interesting in a way, because as I said, they put a little push, because through some Divas championship matches, it'll be short and boring, and most of the times it'll be like a scale between 1 to 10, like a 2 or a 3. But this time I'm giving it a 4, because like I said, AJ and Caitlyn did their thing, and when Caitlyn speared AJ, I thought they was about to kiss each other and felt sympathetic about what she just did. Because I was like, oh shit, they actually gonna have some lesbians kissing scene on the WWE for the first time. Way to go, Vince. But in the end, like I said, she pinned the bitch and thought she won. But yeah.
There has been a lesbian kissing scene before, actually.
I know, like the Mickey James and
Tori Wilson and Don.
Trish Stratus.
Tori Wilson and Dawn Marie, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right. But that was before when the WWE wasn't so PG that time.
Yeah. It was like the Ruthless Aggression era. Z, what do you think of this match?
This one, I had an open mind to. I felt that this was at least going to be somewhat watchable. And as I thought, this was actually better than a standard Divas match that we've seen before. Because you saw AJ fly over the announce table, both women just throwing everything could at each other. 2 Black Widows to Caitlyn. Caitlyn was showing her strength. They tried showing emotion, even though Caitlyn's whole blowing a kiss thing stalled her, and she could have easily capitalized on that after that spear. But instead, her stalling cost her a chance to win. And AJ looked very strong, and then to get that submission victory, that was actually a pretty good thing to see, even though Caitlyn's after or post-match reaction was kind of weird to see. The most, I think I'd give this about 4.75 out of 10 stars. Pretty good, better than standard Divas matches, but yeah, this was as good as we could get it for now.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was definitely better than any Divas match I ever saw.
Mm-hmm.
Because Caitlyn and AJ are so talented, and they were doing a lot of hard moves that you think, wow, I'm surprised that didn't hurt her, like the way that AJ flipped over that announce table. Other than that, they were going back and forth. I would give it a 4 out of 10. Normally I rate them at 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, but I would give it 4 out of 10. I'm glad that they gave AJ Lee the push. Next match, United States Championship match, Dean Ambrose versus Kane. I didn't care about this match. Let's just start with you. What do you think of this match, Paul?
Well, what I really think about this match, well, I didn't pretty much care for this match as well either, because, well, I pretty much know that Dean Ambrose was going to retain his title, by hitting that DDT on Kane outside of the ring, just retaining his title via count out, however, but, I didn't really care about this match. What I want to give it, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10. A 1 out of 10.
What about you, SVX?
Well, it kind of sucked, to be honest, because I'm just thinking this match was really, really, really awkward. And for me, I thought Kane could have just won that, but however, they're going to keep having the Shields to be champions and let Dean Ambrose take the shot. So I'm thinking it was whack. I give it a 1.
Z?
Yeah, this match going in, even though it was it was the one title that WWE has that Kane never won before, it was just a title Kane doesn't need at the time, so it was obvious Dean was going to retain, and via countout, kept both men looking strong. With these two, I think, their in-ring chemistry together just wasn't the best, because it was kind of an awkward bout, so it didn't really click for them. The most I can give this is about 2 out of 10 stars.
Yeah. I didn't care about this match at all. I already know who's going to win Dean Ambrose. I mean, they're not going to take the title away from him. They're always going to keep the Shield as the champions for a pretty long time. And I don't have a problem with that. I really think that the Shield being champions is a very cool thing. As of Kane, I really want Kane to turn heel. I mean, this guy is not supposed to be some cute, some teddy bear for little kids. He's supposed to be a monster, He's supposed to be that person that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not taking him too seriously, we used to thought in the attitude era.
Yeah, the attitude era, he was a monster. But I was afraid of him, Flo, were you afraid of Kane back then?
Yeah, absolutely. I was afraid of him when he had went to the Royal Rumble. However, he was dominating, eliminating 11 men. That was some monster right there, man. That's when I took him serious way back in.
Yeah, Kane was a beast back in the days.
Yeah, I know. Now he's just pathetic. It's like a little teddy bear for little kids. And he's supposed to be a monster. I really hope they turn him heel soon and make him a heel with someone else.
The last time I actually took him seriously, the last time I actually took him seriously was when him and John Cena went at it. Yeah. And he actually did his thing in the ambulance match and pretty much chokeslam. What was it? He pushed him, or did he chokeslam Zack Ryder? I think it was pushed him through. Yeah, through the wheelchair. But
I was really
good. Right.
Yeah, other than that, I would give this match a 1 out of 10. I didn't care about it. Next match, the great return of the best in the world, CM Punk versus the best in the world, Chris Jericho.
No. That wasn't the next match. The next match was the World Heavyweight title match.
Yeah, my bad. World Heavyweight title match. Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler. Flo, what do you think of this?
Well, what I think of this match, it was pretty decent at the time, but Dolph Ziggler, he came back too soon. He was not fully recovered from his concussion yet. But when he had that concussion the May of last month, well, what they should have did, they should have just had him vacate the world title if he was going to have an injury like that. But he came back way too soon. He was not fully recovered from his concussion yet, and he just lost the world title in a month after cashing in on Alberto Del Rio. Yeah, the match was pretty decent. Alberto Del Rio gotten some kicks out of him, kicking him in the head. Alberto Del Rio, he's now a 2-time world heavyweight champion, which marks him the 4-time world champion, 2-time WWE champion, 2-time world heavyweight champion, 4-time world heavyweight champion, world champion, 4 times altogether, But it was a pretty decent match. But Dolph Ziggler, he came back too soon, They should have had him vacate the title from the get-go when he had a concussion. But when I'm going to give this match 3.9 out of 10.
What you think, SBS?
Well, it was really interesting a little bit how seeing Dolph Ziggler coming back from his concussion. But like Velo said, he's not 100% ready to compete, and they could have vacated his WWE Championship because of his concussion. WWE World Heavyweight Championship, but yeah. But like I said, they could have vacated and let Dolph Ziggler heal until he's ready to return into the ring. But however, I just think, Alberto Del Rio is known for having cheap shots to retain a good opportunity. It doesn't matter what the cost may be, he will win it. But it was alright to see him as a champion again. Whoop-de-doo. Don't really care for it like I always did. And as far as the match goes, I give it a 2.0, just a 2, because it didn't really intrigue me too much.
See what you think of this match.
Oh man, never been this PO'd in a while. People who know me know by now, I'm a big Dolph Ziggler fan. And I thought going into this match, I thought that he had returned, WWE would do a smart thing, at least work an easier match and try to keep the belt on him. Because Dolph Ziggler's been working his ass off since he's been in the WWE, because he started with the Spirit Squad, moved on to his own, and finally he was World Heavyweight Champion again. But just like the first reign, it was crap for certain reasons, and this concussion just totally blew it for him. And I thought they were attempting like a double turn in this match, because you had the crowd turning on Del Rio and showing more support for Ziggler, and then you saw Del Rio acting like a heel with the constant attacks to Ziggler's head, and then they suddenly put the strap on Del Rio, which is just bad. I mean, the action was alright, but it would have been better to see the actions if they were in opposite opposite situations. Like Del Rio had the concussion, then it would have been easier for Ziggler to do that like a heel. But I can give this at least 3.5 out of 10 stars. It was still just not a good thing to do to Ziggler.
Yeah, I was ticked off like this. I was like, I'm ticked off because they give Dolph Ziggler, if he finally catches in the Money in the Bank, he loses it a month later, by Del Rio. I mean, he gets his concussion. And the smart thing that WWE should do right now is give Dolph Ziggler a break. I mean, just try to recover. I mean, you can clearly see in the match that he wasn't all himself. He wasn't. He still has some concussion problems. I think what he should do is take a break, come back, and not go for the World Heavyweight Championship, but go for the WWE Championship. Go against John Cena. That's what I think. And I really think that for Alberto Rio's next opponent should be Randy Orton, because I really want to see Randy Orton turn heel already. I mean, the guy's even complaining that he wants to turn heel. But I would give this match a 3.7 out of 10. I was disappointed. I'm disappointed that they gave it back to Del Rio. Everybody loved Dolph Ziggler, even though he was a heel. They were cheering for him. I was ticked off what they did. I just hope that Dolph Ziggler recovers and comes back and wins the world title again. Next match, it was a great return of CM Punk in his hometown, the best in the world versus Chris Jericho, the best in the world. Now, this is my favorite match of tonight. Flo, what did you think of this?
It was an epic match. I really liked that match a lot, especially when CM Punk was getting a huge pop from the Chicago crowd, gotten that Wolverine look, the beard and everything. Man, that match was so awesome right there. I liked it that CM Punk did new Wolverine look and everything. The match, man, that really got the fans pretty excited. I was excited myself. It was just going on, and CM Punk. However, Almost at the end of the match, Chris Jericho was trying to make CM Punk tap out to the walls of Jericho, failed. CM Punk just kept getting back up, and CM Punk getting a huge kick to the head of Chris Jericho, pin. Man, that was one huge epic match, man. The fans was just going loud and wild. I'm gonna give this match
Yeah.
a 6.6 out of 10.
Samurai, what do you think?
Well, it was a good match. They both did their thing. I could have thought Chris Jericho could have proved the point on being the best in the world. But however, CM Punk still is the best in the world what he do. But ever since he came back from that WrestleMania match against the Undertaker, I feel like he needed a break and take some time off to rejuvenate his mind and his strength and all that. So pretty much, I thought, as I said, it was a pretty good match. Chris Jericho did the walls of Jericho on him a few times and didn't tap out. I thought maybe Paul Heyman could have just cheated his way out to make CM Punk win. But, I give them props for that. But in the end, especially if CM Punk is in Chicago, he's automatically gonna win because that's his hometown. It'll be embarrassing to see if CM Punk loses the match against Chris Jericho in his hometown. And I saw a banner somebody say, if CM Punk loses, we're gonna start a riot. I would have thought maybe if that would happen, I would like to see that, but maybe they will do it after the Payback event, or maybe right now, to see if we can have history in the WWE. But if I have to rate the scale, I give it a 6 because, like I said, it was crazy.
Z, what did you think of this match?
This was insane. Both men throwing blows at each other. Punk showed no sign of ring rust. Both men just threw everything at each other. Crowd was hot. They just had insane near falls. Both men giving their all. And it was understandable for Punk to win his hometown, even though it'll get people questioning if Jericho can ever beat Punk. And it took 3 GTSs to put Jericho down. And I even expected some kind of face turn for Punk and possibly a heel turn for Jericho, because they seem to have that kind of change of personality, kind of like reverse roles for the match with Jericho's attitude and the response for Punk. But this match, practically as insane as the WrestleMania 28 match, I give it at anywhere between 8.5 and 9 out of 10 stars, because this was definitely the match of the night.
This stole the show. And as soon as CM Punk entered Chicago, that arena, the huge pop, everything was amazing. They were cheering for him. It was great seeing CM Punk back. I mean, without CM Punk, it's boring. And seeing him back, it kind of excited things, The match itself was amazing. I really loved how it took 3 GTS for CM Punk. They were reversing as a reversal after reversal. I loved it. I loved every single second of it. As far as it goes, I really think that CM Punk should be a face now. I think he should really ditch Paul Heyman now. I mean, Paul Heyman's already have 3 customers now. I mean, he has Brock Lesnar, who's not really in here anymore, and Curtis Axel. I think Paul Heyman should focus on Curtis Axel for now, and CM Punk should go do his own thing. I think Chris Jericho should turn heel, and he should do something better and go for something better. I think I would give this match 9 out of 10 because it was just so good and it was so entertaining, and I loved every single second of it. So yeah, moving on. WWE Tag Team Championship match: Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan. What do you think of this, Flo?
Well, what I really thought about this match is, it was like pretty decent and all and everything. Like Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton was gaining a lot of control during the match, and Daniel Bryan was fired up. He was like getting entertaining his fans and saying yes, 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 yes with the kicks, And I mean, like,
Yeah.
the Shield was just like coming back, like the Shield had suffered their first loss on the past Friday on SmackDown, but well, the Shield just came back right back on them, and Daniel Bryan, however, he was getting fired up, but he was accidentally attacking Randy Orton with the moves he was about to do. Even when even when out of the ring, what Daniel Bryan would always what always does, he just goes through the ropes dive. But this time the Shield moved out of the way. Rollins and Reigns moved out of the way, and he accidentally hit Randy Orton. Yeah, and then right back in the ring, he was fixing to put Seth Rollins in the no lock and everything, and Reigns came to break it up and stuff, and then that's when Randy Orton came in to save the day, and that's when he hit Reigns with the RKO. Seth Rollins knocked Orton out of the ring, and he hit Daniel Bryan in the back of the head with a knee strike, and that's how they retained their WWE Tag Team Champions. And what I really gotta give this match, I'm gonna give it a 4.2 out of 10.
What you think about this match, SBS?
Well, I kind of thought it was not all that good to me, even though Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan have been fucking up, making too many stupid ass mistakes. And I kind of knew that the Shield was going to win anyways, but
Yeah.
I don't have too much to say about it. But I'd like to see every time when Randy Orton wrestles, he just automatically do that RKO in the end. But, I would have thought maybe an important brew if Team Hell No could have gone against the Shield again, then it would probably be a little bit interesting. But then again, they both make stupid ass mistakes too, but it's funny how they do it. But in the end of that match between the Shield versus Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton, I give it a 2 as well. So it's not much I can say about this match.
See, what you think of this match?
This match to me just felt flat. Like, we already knew that the Shield was going to retain Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, not a good team, especially after their troubles. It was a little shocking to see them not run into each other towards the match finish, but we already knew who was going to win. The match felt a little short. It just didn't really work well. I can give this around 4 out of 10 stars. It just could have been a bit longer and just didn't really work out.
Yeah, as for me, I already know the show's gonna win. I mean, these matches are so predictable. As far as it goes, I would give this match a 2 out of 10. Just because I didn't like the way that they were handling the situation. I mean, I like how Daniel Bryan was pumping up the crowd and everything, but other than that, all those stupid mistakes they made, I didn't like. Yeah, that's what I did with. Next match, WWE Championship match, John Cena versus Ryback in 3 Stages of Hell match. Well, what'd you think of this match?
Oh man, but at the first beginning of the 3 Stages of Hell match, when they had that lumberjack first match, man, I really liked it when John Cena did the diving whatever off the turnbuckle and hit it 30 superstars and knocked it everybody down. Man, that was one epic one right there that I like. I mean, wow. As for the table match, well, I didn't really care too much about the tables match, however, but that was really shocking after John Cena did the AA on Ryback on the table, and then Ryback got back up after that. But that was a shocking one right there. As for the ambulance match, man, that was an epic one right there. I really liked it when John Cena did the AA on Ryback through the roof of the ambulance truck, and I mean that was the last hell of a match right there, the 3 Stages of Hell match. What I'm going to give that, I'm gonna give it a 7.4 out of 10.
SBX, what you think of this match?
It was a pretty decent match. I mean, matter of fact, I didn't mean to rephrase it. It was a pretty good match. Um, there's 3 stages of hell between Ryback and John Cena. To be honest, though, I thought Ryback could have took it, but John Cena always try to prove us wrong, pretty much. But the lumberjack match was pretty crazy too. In the end, John Cena jumping off from the turnbuckle and just Supermaning it like crazy. That was unexpected, to be honest, though. But the second stage was the tables match, and I thought it was all right, and it wasn't too intimidating enough to watch or enthusiastic. And then until the ambulance match, I gotta say that shit was off the hook. Now, they tore that ambulance truck up like it was nothing. Like the doors were broken off the hinges and cracking the windows, body slam, and I mean, damn. In the end, my dude, John Cena actually did the AA on Ryback and literally put him inside of the ambulance truck. And I thought, damn, I didn't know he would win like that. But again, John Cena will always prove us wrong until one day it will happen that, shit that occurred to him. Like, let's say if he lost the match or lost the championship, pretty much, either we'd be happy or not. But the scale the scale between 1 through 10, I give it an 8 because I haven't seen a match this good all day throughout this whole Payback pay-per-view match event. So, I just thought it was pretty decent.
Well, I can't really give insight on the first fall because that's when my stream ran out, and I was looking throughout the whole first fall for a new link, so I missed everything after the first couple of punches. The second fall, the tables match, it was all right. Kind of weird to see steel steps go through a table instead of a person. And then the ambulance part, that's where they actually recovered for made up for how bad the second fall was, because you saw crutches being used, you saw parts of the ambulance ripped up, including the sirens, side of the right by the front bumper, the door, and an AA right through the roof of the freaking ambulance was one shocking way for Cena to retain the title. This one still, it could have been they should have at least tried to make the second fall a little better, maybe use more than one table, because we've seen a handful of AAs through regular tables. But I'll give the double its due, maybe about 7 out of 10 stars.
Yeah, as for me, I think we all knew John Cena was going to win. No surprise there. Other than that, it was a good match. I really liked what they did with the first stage. How John Cena was slamming on 30 people. I also liked, the second stage with, that was alright, yeah. But, with the ambulance match, that was really good. I really loved how they used every single part of the ambulance. Also at the end, how John Cena slammed him through the ambulance, AA'd him right back. I would give this match 7 out of 10. That's just my opinion. I really hope they find a good competition for John Cena next. And to close this video, the big surprise of Payback was the RVD is coming back in Money in the Bank. Now, I was shocked. What do you think about this, Flo? I was actually happy.
Man, I was really happy, man. They were showing the highlights from his past matches when he was in WWE and everything, man. I was so happy RVD is coming back at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. He's pretty much just going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match too, man. Oh my God, so much years of being in TNA, man. He's finally coming back, man. I'm really waiting for RVD to see him in action in WWE again. I remember last time when he wrestled at a WWE match, it was at a Royal Rumble 2009 when he made a special appearance over there, you know. And I mean, yeah, he did really good in the Royal Rumble 2009 until he was eventually eliminated by Chris Jericho. But now he's coming back. Money in the Bank, man, I'm definitely going to watch that pay-per-view. I really can't wait to see RVD in WWE again. Wow.
What did you think about this news when you found out about this SBX?
I was actually happy. You know, it's good to see the effing show coming back to the WWE. It's been a minute since we saw him, since, you know, the TNA situation. I know for a fact that he expired his contract. His contract was expired. But I do like to see him do the Van Daminator and the High Star Frog Splash and be more extreme. Well, I don't know, since he's coming back to the WWE, I want to know if, you know, as far as his go, I want to know if his scenery will still be the same as far as his fighting skills, if he's going to be a face or a heel, if he's going to participate in the Money in the Bank match, like as far as being in the match by carrying a briefcase and doing some real ill shit. But I mean, Rob Van Dam is pretty much a veteran on the WWE and ECW. You know, he's pretty much the best in ECW and in the WWE. But to me, that's just the best thing that WWE ever did throughout this month. But, you know, hopefully they won't, you know, screw things up, since he's going to be in the WWE with the WWE contract. But we'll see what's going to go down in the future. But I give it a 10 because, as I said, this dude is back and he's going to kick some ass. And let's see how these coming WWE superstars is going to take it. Yeah.
See, what you think about when you found out about RVD? Yeah, the show coming back.
Definitely a marked out moment. There are three things that people should remember when it comes to this. One, it's not going to be the RVD being back might not be the best thing because he's a little past his prime as we saw in TNA. Two, this will definitely raise up the pay-per-view buy rates for Money in the Bank. And three, the only thing I can see RVD trying to do upon his return is trying to go after the World Heavyweight title because he's been WWE Champion, ECW Champion, Intercontinental Tag Team Hardcore Champion, and he retired the European title. Only title he has left to go after is the World Heavyweight title.
Yep.
So I think if he goes after that, that'll be like a good real purpose to return to the WWE.
Yeah, when I found out about this, I was like, what? You know, I was freaking out. As far as it goes, I love that he's coming back. I mean, RVD is one of my favorite wrestlers. He's entertaining the way he moves around and everything. What worries me about this, though, is if he still has the same energy he does that he did back in those days. I mean, let's face it, you've seen RVD now. He's not really what he used to be. I mean, he's not really has that ring, you know, like he used to. He's not that good in the ring. That's what I think anyways. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see the Money in the Bank. I'm really trying to figure out if he's going to compete or not. I'm just thinking that he's probably just going to come out and talk. If he were to compete, that'd be great. I just want to see if he's so good at it. I mean, obviously he'll probably be good at it, but he's someone like that at his age. I'm just worried about that if he still has the stamina to go on. Definitely one of my favorite moments of those shocking moments. There were three shocking happy moments I've had in the WWE. When The Rock returned as the WrestleMania 28/7 host, when CM Punk returned after he left with the WWE Championship, and right now with RVD coming back. Other than that, I'm looking forward to Money in the Bank. I'm going to see what RVD is going to be capable of, and I hope he goes after a world title. Other than that, I want to just thank all you guys for coming. I want to thank all you guys for supporting us. If you guys can like, comment, subscribe to each one of these guys and their these accounts, share with your friends.
Yeah, check me out.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll be reviewing Monday Night Raw, see what goes on, you know, when we have the time. But other than that, thank you for coming, and I hope we hope you guys liked our pay-per-view payback review. Oh, real quick, how much would you rate the whole pay-per-view though? I would rate it 7 out of 10.
For me, I
Well,
would basically rate it a 6.9 out of 10.
SBX.
A 6.9%.
See,
Yeah, I gave my personal review on YouTube. I give it about 7 out of 10.
yeah. So 6.9 for Samurai and Flo, and 7 for me and Z. All right, so thank you guys for checking out the videos. Subscribe to these guys, and we'll see you soon tomorrow. See you guys.
Peace.